Okay, we have another question here, based on all the boost questions and everything. Will you be starting? This is from William on YouTube. Will you be starting with when will you be starting with the Docker desktop approach? I think that's supposed to say, or will I be starting with the Docker? Yeah, okay, will. I guess I read in when. There's no when there. So yes, the answer is yes. What is the Docker desktop approach? So this is going to be in another video for sure. I don't know if I should stop right now and make that video, but I'm just going to answer the question for anybody who's interested right now. So Docker desktop is the first thing you should do. Okay. If you're going to follow the boost along with me, the first thing you should do is install Docker desktop. And if you are in the industry and you know that that's not necessary, you can do other things, fine. If you're on Linux, you can't do that. There's no such thing, right? If you're on Linux, I assume you already know how to do the alternative, which means you have to do install Docker. But if I'm assuming that you have a Mac or a Windows machine and you want to do the boost content with me, and in that way, in this container-centric way that we do everything, and that means the first thing you install of anything, even before you install a terminal, is Docker Desktop. So, by the way, the second thing you probably guess is a terminal. On Mac, you don't have to do that; it's already there. And on Windows, you're going to need to install Windows Terminal, the new version of the terminal, which you can spend time customizing and stuff. We'll cover that in a different video. So I definitely will be starting with the Docker Desktop approach. In fact, it was the discovery that Docker Desktop is the very first thing we need to do that sort of changed my thinking on the boost in general in terms of days. So this is the old README, since I have about 2 minutes left. I finished answering this question. We changed it to Shell Native Beginner Boost. I'm going to call it Linux Terminal Boost, and that's the new name for it. And we will still be doing something. There's other questions here I'm not going to answer right now. I'll answer them another time. The boost does not take 90 days. All of this is going away. So, but what I did want to show you is that, so before we begin, so this outline still applies, and get Docker Linux Container Terminal. So, we talk about the Linux approach and the Unix, actually the Unix/Linux approach. I should change that. And then get out of Mac, Linux terminal, learn containers, and get Docker. Actually, the first thing you should do here now is just learn about containers and get Docker, and then get a terminal and run Linux inside the terminal, and then we'll talk about the Linux approach. So that is the new thing. And that will be changing. In fact, I'm going to be making a new introductory video that I'm now going to put in front of day 0 of the boost, probably call it 0.0. And it's going to explain the changes that we just went through right now. Okay?